Hello there. Welcome to my grotto. So, you may be wondering, where is the SkyFactory video today? Well, I'm sorry, I have to tell you something. The video is corrupted for about, 3 or 4 episodes of SkyFactory, so I thought that I would do something different. So, come on, follow me. Now, I like to build. And I figured that for the episodes where there's not going to be a SkyFactory, we can do some building instead. How about that? So, I think I'm going to start building some kind of city somewhere around here. And I've built this house here, and it's pretty lovely, but I feel that we need some company. Probably somewhere off in this direction. So, if you guys want to join me on this building spree, come along, because we're about to start. Now, the first thing that I wanted to do with this build was to define a little bit of space. Usually whenever I make a large-scale build, I will outline the area of where the build is going to take place. That way I don't go out of control and lose the scale. So I knew that I wanted to line this water, but I didn't really know if it would extend past there, but I wanted to keep the water's shape as it is. So, you saw me lay down that wall, and now I'm just clearing out all of the stray pieces of grass and doing a little bit of terraforming here and there, lifting up the layers to meet the top of this wall. I made a little bit of a boo-boo there. This first part is a little bit of a hectic ordeal here, flying back and forth basically, and just changing the heights of the land to be something easier to build with. I'm just going by and filling up all of those crevices, all of those cracks, and everything. And get rid of that pesky stone. I wanted to find somewhere around the center of this big giant landmass that I got, and I think that I found it. See, every city, every village needs a fountain at the center of the town. Right in front of the town hall. Exactly. And that fountain needs to also have a circular path around it. So I went to work. Now, the fountain itself is a 5x5 circle. Well, it's not. It's 5x5, meaning that the longest straight edge on the circle is 5 wide. And then it just goes 5, 2, 3, 5, 2, 1, 1, 2, 5, 2, 1, 1, 2, 5, and then it goes on from there. It's one of my favorite circles to do. It's really easy to remember, really easy to perform. So that's not really much of a problem. Now, some of my favorite paths to do is this little trick where you cut a 1-block hole into the ground, and then you line that hole with stone brick steps, or some kind of... Oop, I messed up a little bit there. Where you line the hole with stone brick steps, and then you put the stone brick slabs connecting in between the stone brick steps. It gives the floor a lot more depth, and it really looks nice whenever you zoom out and look at it. And even on the ground, it looks pretty nice as well. And I am not good with that builder's wand, am I? And here is the completion of the fountain. Look at that water waving in the distance. Yes. Currently I'm using a combination of the Sphax cartoony texture pack, and I am also using Silger's shaders mod. So that's how all of the water and trees and everything are nice and wiggly. So I figure this build will probably be broken up into several sections. The first section that we're going to work on in this one is pretty much the infrastructure of the town, mainly roadways, paths, and terrain, things of that sort. So we'll get a lot of the roads and probably some building placement wrapped up in this episode. And I wanted to put the wall extending out that way, so I came out and just extended it off the side of the plateau there. Now the great thing about Builder's Wands is that you can, with the Better Builder's Wands mod, is that you can affect a large area of blocks very quickly, especially if you're in creative. The bad thing is that they sometimes don't work quite as you expect they would. And since I'm using the biggest builder's wand that they have, one tiny mistake is enough to pretty much ruin a build. And here I needed a way to get up to that second story there. I decided to go for the smooth rising steps on this side. Figured it's pretty nice. And I had to dig this channel out by hand instead of using World Edit because it's got diagonals. Otherwise I could have just, World Edited the whole the same way that I did the other paths. And I figure over here would be a nice place to have a sharp incline with those steps. It works, I think, at least. And as we come around, I'm not really doing this in any particular order, just wherever I feel the roadways should go. I decided to have another cross-section right here, because they usually have something like that within shopping or residential districts. So that's what I put there. And off to the left-hand side of the City Hall here, I figured it would be nice to have some kind of parkway. So I decided to make this skinny squiggly path going off kind of in like a circle arrangement off the side of that path, so that, you know, I figure whenever we get to it we can plant some nice trees and bushes and maybe, I don't know, have like a sandy bit there, maybe a lake. I think it'll look really nice once it's done. And of course I'll line that with the stone brick stairs technique. I'm not sure if there's anything more painful than trying to put down those stairs in that diagonal fashion like that. And now with all of these pathways complete, well, first I'll fix that fountain. But now with all these pathways complete, it is time to start outlining where I think the buildings are going to go. Now, I was going to make this one be a huge corner building, but then I decided, you know what, that's going to be a bit too big. So I decided to shrink it down a little bit. Instead of having a funky shape to it, just make it a standard square. We can probably fill up that corner that's left, that rounded corner, with some kind of like park bench or something. It'll probably look really nice. Same deal on this side. Now, I'm not sure whether the hilltop here is going to be a shopping district or a residential district or whatever, but I did decide to fill it up with a few buildings, and we're just going to have to see where it goes from there. And of course we'll have a diagonally oriented building there as well. And how about a well? Why not? Now, I did mess up on this a little bit, made it a little too much to the left, but I fixed it. So I believe that we can fit a few more buildings right here. And there we go. Well, this pretty much wraps up everything that I want to get done on here. As we fly by, you can definitely see there's plenty of buildings that are going to be placed on top of this hill. But for now, it's getting late. Welcome inside. Well then, we managed to get a few things done today. We started the infrastructure, we flattened out the area, we built up a hill, and yeah, it's gonna be a great town. Anyway, I'm gonna go up to bed. It's been a long day. See you later.